Hi style friends, Liz Clever from Closet Play Image here. Super quick video today. Yeah, scarves. Let's talk really quickly. So this season you've been seeing, if you follow trends or even if you don't, you may have been seeing that kind of the menswear 1980s necktie vibe is back, and maybe you love it, maybe you hate it, whatever. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's out there, and maybe you like it, but every time you do it, it just doesn't feel quite you. Like, even in the 1980s, like, I loved the idea, but it didn't feel like me. And now that I know a lot more about style, personality, I understand why it wasn't me. And it wasn't me because I need something with a more feminine touch. So what do you do when you like the style, the tie vibe, but you want a more feminine touch? Or maybe you just don't want to go out and buy a man's tie because none of the ones that are hanging in your significant other's closet work well for you. So let's talk. So here I have a scarf already folded in a bias fold, and I will link, and I never remember, left, right, I'll just do it both ways. I will link a video here about a bias fold and why and how to do it, but you really want to start with a tie that's in a bias fold, because if you start with a big square, you're gonna have too much fabric. Now, if you have a rectangle, then you want to fold it in on itself toward the center so that you have a narrow rectangle. Mine is just a couple inches wide. So let's just tie a tie, right? Now you can do this just like a man's tie, and if you don't know how to man's tie, consider this like a little mini tutorial. Now, I'm actually gonna do this two different ways for you today. So one, you just kind of drape it around your back, and you make sure that one end, there we go, is shorter than the other. You take the longer end over, and now there's millions of ways to tie a man's tie, but I'm just going for the simplest. Under, over again, through at the neck. It's a little mini in case you've forgotten how to do this. And then you take that tube that you made whenever you looped around, and you tuck the end through, and lo and behold, you have a man's tie knot. Now, depending on how you feel about it, you could keep it really narrow, or if you want a little bit more softness, then just spread that out. There we go. And so you've got kind of that men's style vibe with a whole lot more of a feminine feel. So it's one way. The other way, and I like this, and this works if you have a really long scarf like an oblong, or a very long scarf like this one. So this is like a 50, this is a very large silk square. So what I actually like to do is go around the back and then come back around the front, and I still leave my ends uneven, okay? And I'm gonna do the same tie, although there's gonna be just a twist here in a second. So let me get a little bit closer to the camera. So I'm gonna come over again, and this time when I go behind, I'm actually gonna go behind both pieces. Let me get that out. Both pieces. And now it's gonna be a little trickier to get that loop open, but there it is, there's my loop. And I'm gonna tuck that in there. And so now I have a little bit more width around the neck, which I like. And then I just sort of play with this little knot a little bit. There we go. And now I have a shorter version that keeps the focus a little higher up. So yeah, now maybe you want a longer focus because maybe you're trying to create a longer line, or maybe you want the focus closer up top. I like it personally shorter, but that works for me and my personality. Maybe you like longer. Maybe longer and wide would be super dramatic and really cool. You can play with the length of the tails on either end. You could even tie this so that the one tail is pretty much non-existent and all of it goes draping down to the front. That would be a really cool, dramatic kind of look. So it's just a little thought there for your day. Just throwing a little style tip out there, a way to play with that man style look without feeling so gender neutral. Maybe you feel a little more feminine. So, and I don't even want to say feminine. Maybe you just want softness. Maybe you just want a little bit more softness, or more of, yeah, there we go. Maybe you just want a little more softness. So, stay safe and sound, sane and stylish. Thank you for spending a few minutes of your time with me today, because your time is precious and any of it you spend with me is a gift. Please do me a solid, like, subscribe, do all the things, because algorithms, we're all trying to make the algorithms happy. And when the algorithms are happy, you get to see more videos, and that way you won't miss a new video, because they come out every week. So thank you again, and I'll see you next week. Bye, and meanwhile, go tie one on. Bye.